I thought you did awesome, buddy. We're here, Fight Bananas Live. I'm Dave Van Auken.
Professor John Radford.
And Mike BeastBoy Davis, UFC fighter. Does that still sound good?
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
Does that sound good? Yeah, you sound good. John, talk a little bit.
Hello.
Nope, you're nothing to me.
Right.
We should have tested this before.
We always deal with technology.
Oh, the mic is probably not on.
Oh, that's not the fancy one. That's right. It's my fault, everybody. It's my fault.
So you didn't get to say your
So I
line.
didn't get to say my line.
You-
happens this lately.
You want to start over, John?
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, cool. All right, well, yeah, we got Mike in the studio, the Banana Studio now.
Because we go bananas.
Yeah, we're still doing, we got a couple things up. Got the TV on the wall. I can't wait for that.
I didn't even see that. This is new.
Dude, that's our 172 inch.
That's new.
Right?
Yeah.
It's actually like a...
174. 174. And,
It's huge, Mike. Tell them how big it is. Tell them.
8K.
8K.
New
Oh,
8K.
you got to wear 3D glasses to watch it.
That's why I can't see it. Oh, I knew it was something wrong.
But it's cool, man. We appreciate Mike giving your time. We know you're super busy. And, okay, first of all, Thailand. Let's talk about that.
Thailand.
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
Walking with monkeys, giving high fives to elephants, tattoos, training, like the food, like
How do you want me to explain it?
I want you to explain the monkeys, the part of the monkeys, because everybody always takes pictures with monkeys when they go to Thailand, right? So we'll get into the fighting part in a minute, but everybody always takes pictures with Thailand. Like Mike Swick, I follow the AKA one and all that kind of stuff. He takes pictures with monkeys all the time, and so did you. What are the monkeys like? It's crazy.
They're all about food, so they don't really like you unless you have food. Then they don't care. But
it's like a female.
in Thailand, there's a place called Monkey Hill, and you'll just ride your little moped up this hill, and then eventually there'll be a cutoff where you can either keep going with your moped or you can walk. So I chose to walk up there, and with Donnie Bush. And these monkeys are everywhere, literally thousands of monkeys. Awesome. I did not think there was that many monkeys in one area.
Did you ever get scared for a second, like if Planet of the Apes style, if they wanted to,
like
could
monkeys
they?
are strong.
No, definitely. They can definitely
monkeys are
take.
strong, right?
I don't know how strong these ones are.
But like
they're really small.
Yeah, I know they're small, but then like for an animal their size, they're pretty strong.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
It's gonna grab you and it's gonna try to claw you.
There's definitely thousands of them. You're
gonna get mauled.
Yeah, you're gonna get mauled. You're gonna get mauled. And I did get like nipped at.
Oh really?
Yeah. So
really?
So there's a guy who drives up and down the hill with food, giving them to the monkeys, giving them to people that are walking around, so they can all check them out. I reached in to grab a banana to give to one, and one was sitting there, and I reached past him, and he bit my arm. Not like hard, but he's like don't touch my fucking bananas. Like
just like a female too.
She with the fork, she just touches you like, hey
yeah, like a watch yourself. Those are my bananas. And he just nipped me in the arm, and I was like ready to back at this monkey.
Then you looked around and said, "You got a lot of friends. I don't know if I want to mess with your 1,000 monkeys." That's crazy.
They're cool though.
You seem like you had fun, like feeding them and stuff.
Yeah, they climb on you. They don't bite or do much like dangerous stuff as long as you don't mess with them, like kick them or go next to the kids. Because I went to go pick up one of the little ones. They were just chilling, and like two big ones says, "What are you doing?" They just came over to me.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, okay."
That's funny. That's funny.
How about the elephant? How cool was that?
That was random.
Really?
Yeah, we were going up to Big Buddha, and just out of nowhere, we looked to the left, and there's this elephant, and it wasn't like one of the ones that are chained up, because he is free. He had his own little yard, and he was just doing what he wanted, and they were bathing him and playing with him. So I was like, "Hey, could I take some pictures with the elephant?" And they're like, "Sure." And I went in there and took a bunch of pictures.
That's awesome.
That's definitely it hugged me. Elephant, the trunk is strong. Like I was messing with the trunk and like pushing it away, and he pushed me back easy. Yeah, so I was impressed.
That's definitely in the next, like, UFC embedded. Like,
right,
they're definitely going to have Mike's pictures with the elephant. Like, that's something, right? That's like the Habib Bear story.
I did not ride an elephant, though.
No, you didn't ride it?
No,
But that's just crazy to be walking around, like you said, and all of a sudden it's just an elephant in the yard like it's a dog in the yard.
Yeah, it literally like a dog in the yard.
That's
how they
crazy.
had
That's so
this
cool.
That is.
That is so dope.
How about the food there? Enjoyed, not enjoyed?
I think it's fresher than what we eat in America because I ordered an acai bowl, and they went and picked some fresh fruit for it. Yeah, it was amazing.
Wow.
And it's cheap. So I got fresh lamb burger, wild rice, the Superman drink, which was a mix of acai, strawberry, like everything you could think of, protein and all, and fries for $8 in American money.
Jeez.
Yeah, a lamb burger by itself is
For
probably
$8?
For $8. Yeah, lamb burger by itself here is probably $20.
Yes.
Oh,
absolutely.
for sure.
All right.
And did you ever get a chance to get any seafood? Because I heard like lobster dinners and stuff like that are extremely cheap too.
I didn't go to seafood places. I did not. All the seafood places I saw were on the street, and I didn't trust that.
Oh yeah, they were. You weren't near a lot of water.
I was not next to the water.
Okay. No, I completely understand that.
Talking about food, John, tell everyone about your dinner a couple of nights ago.
Oh man, we were in Pensacola, and I never. Have you eaten at McGuire's?
McGuire?
Yeah.
In Pensacola?
That's like a Dean
No.
Tool original place. It's in the Panhandle. There's one in Destin and one in Pensacola.
Wait, I think I did.
It's an
Right by the Bay
Irish.
Center.
It's like an
I think
Irish
so.
bar, and
Yeah, I did.
it has like the greatest steaks and everything. But it's the steakhouse. It's an Irish bar that's
It's open till 2 a.m. with the best steaks in the world. I ate a filet, bro. That when I got to the middle, like I watch a lot of Master Chef, Top Chef. I love Gordon Ramsay. He does all this. He has his filet. Oh, gotta make a filet. It's gotta be the greatest thing. It's supposed to melt like butter. Mike, when I tell you the steak hit my lips and then like my tongue in the middle of it, I didn't have to chew it.
You fell apart?
Oh my god, it would just melt. It melted like and then they put this herb butter on it, and it was like. Then they gave me good bread.
The best bread.
Oh, my
the
God.
The best bread.
And that waiter didn't bring any bread back, Mike.
That's
We
true.
had-
Good point.
He only gave us one loaf. I was a little upset about that. But that meal was the best meal I've ever. It's the best steak I've ever fucking had.
We're in Pensacola. We're at the Island Fights headquarters, the new headquarters, the
war
new
room.
war room. Like Mike, John's so happy. We're in the war room. We're talking with Abe Kawa from First Round Management. We're talking to Lucas Alexander, Tyler Hill from Island Fights 58, Joe Party Penafel. We had the great time. We're making podcasts on the way back. Had the best 2 days ever. For 6 hours on the way home from I-10, all John can talk about is this steak. That's all he wants to talk about.
I was.
Then Dean had pork chops. Mike, when I love food. When Dean had pork, it was the greatest pork chop I have ever tried in my entire life. He got 2 of them, and it was seriously the greatest pork chop I've ever tried in my life. And he had some steak over there too that I don't. But the other, Jesus.
You know when you're in good hands when, like, Dean ordered it. Like, he's like, Dave, you're going to get this. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, it was like this special Kansas City rub. I'm like, oh, cool, Dean. Yeah, I got you. So we had to bring it up. It was the filet.
amazing.
You had to bring it up.
Dean.
Thank you, Dean.
Thank you, Dean.
Just real quick, because we're in that area with Dean, Island Fights 58. Mike, 5-0 underneath the Island Fights banner. How much has...
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. I didn't
didn't know
even
that?
No.
You know, you guys, I think MMA, you have the most wins in Island Fights history. And undefeated. It's like you're the Jordan of... Yeah, you're the Jordan, Tiger Woods, Habib of Island Fights.
There we go.
I did not know that.
There we go. That's awesome.
They should retire like your gloves up there. Dean, like he needs a retirement of the gloves.
Start putting like the t-shirts, the walkout shirts up for retirement, like jerseys. You know what I mean? Start putting your walkout shirt up for like there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
See?
That's a
We
good
got another
idea.
one. Another good idea.
Oh.
Coming from the Five Bananas. We do this.
Yep. Give it to him.
What?
Your great idea, the app before we went live.
Oh,
Here we go.
okay,
We're
so
live,
look.
so give it to him.
Everybody who's listening, the USAD, has a couple apps and things like that with to help fighters with their to make sure they're not taking any tainted supplements or wrong supplements or anything like that, right? But why don't they have an app to where you can scan, boom, and it read it right then and there to you? You don't have to send it away. You don't have to do the lookup. You don't have to scroll through anything. You get to scan, and their algorithm reads the supplements ingredients and tells you what is right or wrong. Like that I think in 2019 should be real. You know what I mean?
I want to add in that this having to update it every single time I move is annoying. So it should just be able to lock onto my phone location, and they should just
and always have it.
Always have my location, and if I need to call me, call me.
That
Outside.
makes sense. It's
So
2019.
it's so much easier.
GPS, right?
Yeah.
GPS.
If you're giving them authorization to do that, then it should be fine, right?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you don't, then update yourself.
But you should have an option to
Yeah,
say, "Hey,
I
I'm going to
should.
give you 100% to follow me.
Yeah,
track
there you
me.
go.
Boom, here's a button, track me."
You can just
and if you
follow-
don't want to do that and you want to update, like you said, because you want a little bit more privacy or think you have more privacy, whatever, you know what I mean? Then do it that way. But there should be an option. It should make it a little bit easier. This is a lot of things to keep track of if you're taking something and you're trying to be healthy and stay fit and keep your body in good condition. There should be a little bit easier ways, I think. I'm glad I thought of that, and we talked about it, so the world needs to make this happen.
The professor did. It's a brilliant idea. He gets all the credit. I just want 2% of the proceeds.
Right.
Brad Bishop asked if Mike Davis is going to Island Fights 58. It's kind of funny. We
were
talked
kinda
about
talking
it
about that
before.
too.
Wow.
We got to get Dean on there.
Mike
and,
has a question for somebody.
Yeah. We
Is
got
it for
when Dean
Dean?
gets on, we'll ask him something.
All
and
right,
then we'll
I'll wait
see.
for Dean to get on there.
We'll hold off on that one. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about Thailand is, before we get into the fight part, I know you are surrounded by a bunch of badasses, a bunch of dudes that can just, at any given moment are just monsters when you're at that place. But I think the scariest thing was traveling on a scooter for you.
Maybe.
Because I've been in Asia and I understand the traffic and driving over there. And I was in a cab and scared the shit out of me in South Korea.
I was terrified. I'm more scared to ride in the taxis than on the scooter.
Okay.
Because the taxi drivers just switch lanes and they drive those vans that don't have a front, so it's flat. It's like
just
a
like
flat
the
bus.
Kickboxer movie with
Yes.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, that blue van the dude drove.
It has
had a
no
flat,
front, so they get so close to cars. I'm like, dude, you're gonna hit that car, and I'm like, nah. It's like, no, please. And they go
did you have
fast.
an ocean hammer?
Every single van taxi has turboed vans. They're all turboed. They all take off.
So you heard music play in your head and it looked like a video, like a movie montage where you're.
I didn't even want to look out the window. I was just like, I'll make it here. Apparently, he does this for a living, so
He hasn't
let him do
blown
that.
up yet.
Yeah.
It's not been blown up yet.
And then the mopeds, I didn't even want to get one for the longest time because I heard that that's like one of the top deaths in Thailand. So I was like, all right, I'll just ride on the back of Donnie's for a while. And then I started wanting to go random places at random times. So I was like, all right, I'll get a moped. And it was, at first, I was going like nice and slow. And then maybe like 3 days in, I became a citizen. I just started driving in the grass.
Through the houses,
He's
you're
like,
dodging
pretty-
elephants.
I'm a
you're
natural.
Everyone would
jumping.
be stopped, and I would just go in and out all the way to the front, so I didn't have to wait in traffic and just take off.
Is that what everybody else does too?
Yes.
Oh, that's all now.
He was doing what people do on Bike Week. That we're
Oh,
all
like you get what the? Oh.
Daytona Beach 2005. It's crazy here. Gosh, so many people. A lot of people are saying, Mike, just eat tuna sandwiches. People are like, hey, Mike versus Conor McGregor, make it happen, Dana. Got people saying, we want to know more about the monkeys. Like, gee whiz, crazy. But it was a good time. The training was great. Looks like you did amazing, like always up, there. It was good.
I really had a lot of fun out there. I really did. It's different. It's just so different than here. Training intensity, the way they train, everything was just. I don't want to say better, but
Just different. Like,
It's different.
yeah.
It's different.
I would just like my take, and tell me if I'm right or wrong. I would just feel like just seeing and just kind of hearing about it. It's like no nonsense. Like when you go, when you open the door or walk into the mat, right? It's just like we're here to. It's business. Like it's like real legit business.
It's their culture.
Yeah, like I just feel like it's a
So
little
that's
bit more.
a good way to explain it. I mean, here we're all friendly. We all laugh and joke and
You
play.
got Instagram Live on
Yeah.
all the time in the gyms. It's just
When you go there, it's no phones. You're running. You're doing drill after drill after drill. Each class is not 1 hour like it is here. It's 2 hours. And I don't know. They really. And what I like about it, compared to here, is that when you go to a gym here, you have the two morning classes, then you have like 2 afternoon classes. So in the morning you have kickboxing and boxing or so. 2 people teaching each one, and then at night you got MMA grappling and boxing, or MMA grappling, whatever. There you have something every hour that's different with different coaches. If you don't make it to kickboxing, you can do MMA, jiu-jitsu, boxing, strength and conditioning, anything you want all day long. So I like that. They have so many coaches teaching so many things.
When do they close? Is it at 10 o'clock? Is it late at night?
It's late, yeah. It's like 10.
Right? I feel like some gyms close, in America, am I wrong? Some gyms close earlier?
No, yeah, in America, absolutely. Some gyms are closed by 8.
Yeah, right?
You know what I mean? Some gyms are closed by 9. Some gyms are closed by 7 even.
Golly, a lot of people asking questions, a lot of stuff. Mike, I don't think we're supposed to talk that much about it, but maybe it's like the elephant in the room a little bit, so we'll just leave it alone and say it one time. They asked, are you close to another UFC fight?
Can I say anything?
There's some things getting tossed around. We'll know
Yeah.
more. We'll know more later.
Maybe
Yeah.
close?
Well, there's some things getting tossed around. You'll know more later. That's
All
pretty
right.
much what's going on.
So we're working on a specific date, specific place, no opponent yet. And then once I am certain that it is going to happen, I will post it.
There you go.
There we go.
It was so cool, too, because I talked to you 2 weeks ago. I'm like, hey, come in the studio. You're like, yeah, awesome. And then, we had Alex in last week. He's about to fight up there in Atlantic City, in Newark, in that area. And then you're like, yeah, I'm cool for Thursday. And then all of a sudden, 4 to 5 days ago, it's like, oh, shit. I
was ready, too.
Yeah, we played that well. But, close. We'll leave it like that.
Yeah. You're gonna get to see him again. Just know that.
Yeah,
Just know that. You're gonna get to see him again.
I got 4
doubt.
fights, and I'm going to walk through these next people. So
That's damn right.
Can we go back to the first fight, the debut fight, the UFC? Just ballpark, maybe 2 minutes, wrap everything up. How was it? The lights? How was it? The media? How was the weigh-ins? The walkthrough? The octagon? How'd it feel? How did was it everything you thought or imagined? Was it less? Was it more? What just your?
I think it was definitely more, because when I showed up, they had us sign papers, and then we saw the health people. We saw the nutritionist asking me how close I am to weight. I was like, oh, I'm on 3 pounds out. He's like, oh, we got a meal for you here. They made a meal plan for me every single day, even on weigh-in day. They had us set up for a room that had heat that we can cut weight in. They brought us everywhere was scheduled. It was perfect. The octagon is enormous.
Yes, it is.
I did not think it was that big. It was
Crazy,
enormous
right?
to be in it. Yeah.
At one point, you're in the corner.
Yeah.
So you got an extra 4.5 foot gap between you and the actual door or the cage itself, right? Because you're sitting down.
Yeah.
And watching them across the other side, they're a good 27 feet away from you. They're 30. Actually, if the cage is close to 30 feet, they're 35 feet away from you when they're on the other side of the cage. It's
It is far.
you're hoping that when you're screaming because the crowd's loud. And
Sure. Yeah. That was my first thing.
He said he could hear everything.
I could hear. Who was it? I heard one person mostly.
You heard Pete, and then when he got quiet, not quiet, when he was starting to lose his voice because we were.
I think it was you.
Then I yelled on
Yeah.
top of that what he would say if I didn't think we would try to help. That's
Sure.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you might have heard Anderson one time too because he screamed something real hard over my shoulder one time. And if you didn't hear it, I think I repeated it.
Who screamed to throw that overhand right that Gilbert Burns is still rubbing his jaw about? Who said that?
That was
man.
just me.
That was just him.
I don't. I'm messing. That was my funniest joke of the night. Bye, guys. Good night. Have a good. Nah, man. Gosh, a great. Gilbert Burns, hell of a fighter.
Top 20.
Dude,
I think he's even.
And he's
such a big guy.
Yeah, he's
People
big.
don't understand that man is large. And when I tell you, I saw him the day it was so funny. You weighed in, you made weight, and everything like that. This is the funniest story. This is
Okay.
First of all, this is your first time there. You've been in some big moments in your fight career and everything like that. Pete's been there before with Alex and everything like that. All these guys. I've never been there before, so I'm there, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna go check on see if this guy makes weight. He walks in the elevator on his way down to make the weight, and I'm just like, I don't just what. All right, just stand here, man. Just act cool. Just act calm. Because I'm like, this is not what I planned on the way down in this elevator to happen to me. And then my first time, and he just looks up and he knows who we are. He knows we're with you. And I know that for a fact because he saw us walking around. You know what I mean? And I'm just going, so awkward. So awkward right now. It's so awkward. But he was small that day, and then he was big the next day.
I think he cut 25 pounds that
oh,
day.
dude, it was. I was looking at him going, Oh my god! And then I saw him the next day. He again walked right. Here you go. I can't not have awkward moments with people. I tried to be polite and like they're waiting on me to get my bag checked in so we can go in, and they're waiting on me, and he's behind us coming from the other bus, and I'm trying to I got stuck because like the lady had to take my picture and some other stuff, and like I'm just waiting, and I'm like, okay, I'll let them go, and then I'll catch up. I'll run in there and catch up. Well, I didn't realize they take us in groups for a reason to keep everybody away, which makes complete sense.
It does.
Again, awkward moment. He's like, Pete goes, hurry up, John, come on. I'm like, okay, and he's literally standing right next to me. I'm going, God damn it. I felt so childish when I did things like that, but he was a large human being.
He was.
And, dude, you kept him off. You got up. You kept him off you. You survived. It was amazing.
So, after that fight, I didn't hear any negative criticism. Like, I didn't belong there, nothing. They said to take a fight on 5 days' notice. I had like 3 days to maybe try and like push my cardio and get in shape enough, because I was eating candy, I was eating Taco Bell every day, and they're like, oh, Mike, we got this fight for you. I was like, what? And it was like, yeah, all right. So I started sprinting. I tried everything I could in like 3 days to get the best cardio I could to go fight Gilbert. And I show up, I feel like I did well. Everyone said I did well. I did great. My positioning was great. It definitely got to me. I know I've never really been nervous in a fight, but in that fight, the lights, the atmosphere, how many people were there, how things aren't as fast as you do, like as an amateur or the other organizations. It takes a little bit, and I know it seems quick on TV, but no, it takes like 15 minutes to get out into the ring and then wait for everything. So for that 15 minutes, I'm just looking around and being able to take everything in instead of getting right to it. And that it gets to you. It does.
That's a good point. And I think that's why you see fighters like Holly Holm does what the whole entire time.
Oh, the pacing. She walks back and forth and
paces. I think that's what fighters develop. They fighter their little more. They like. I have an octagon thing that I do when I'm there because it's gonna be a minute.
Yeah.
Some of them either just turn around and start talking to their coaches. They lean on the thing and do some little stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or Holly Holm does her pacing, and she paces the entire time, even on break. I bet she's pacing. You know what I mean? If they take a slight break, they do a little something. They're like, hey, this is going to be my routine. Spider does his thing. He used to go up and down. John Jones is over there doing his one-handed cartwheels and shit like that and all that kind of stuff. But everybody does something. Jorge leans against the fence with his hands behind his back. And then he elbows, and then he knees you in the face. Caroline Kowalski just leans back and goes, yeah, I'm pretty. And I'm going to bang you. We're going to bang. We're going to throw hands all day long in here. And I'm just going to lean back here. So you know what I mean? So maybe that's something you think about. You know what I mean? And that's what people end up developing, I think.
For sure. That's a good point. You talked about it, and now he's like, Mike, I don't know if you listened to the last couple of shows or podcasts. We just had so many people on the podcast for the last week or two, but this is like, we talk 70% MMA and then 30% about how great Jorge Masvidal is. Like, the Fight Bananas and Dave Van Auken have just man-crushed on Jorge Masvidal. Like, he was always a fan. He always looks good in a red jump suit. But the knee to Ben Askren, like, I'm just, gosh, and how he did it, everything he said afterwards, the whole, next day or two, he took all that momentum and just kept it going for 48, 62, 70 hours. It was insane. Like,
he's a fan.
I like him.
That's how you do it.
That's exactly.
That's how you do it.
That's exactly how you do it. You're absolutely right,
man. But we can talk about you going down there.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, like, this coming week, this Monday.
I leave Sunday.
Okay.
I got an offer to go down and train with Poirier and Masvidal for their camp, which also engages me in the camp. So now things are coming into play. Hopefully we'll have something ready by the time I get back, and then I'll be in shape, they'll be in shape, and we'll get some wins together. It'll be great.
And especially that weight class, your weight class, a weight class underneath you and above you, like ATT has like 35 of the top 100 guys in the world. They're all just right there. And so many guys, they just like added, like just one guy at the top of our head, been on the show, Sidney Outlaw. Like, he goes down there now and just wrestles, the top tier guys to get everyone in shape. It's just like they got monster after monster. So that's a great place for you, man.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be real
You're
good.
gonna get a lot of great work in.
Kind of some, maybe who got you down there, or if you want to talk about, same thing. We just had on the show as well. Gee whiz, we talk to a lot of people, John. That's what we do now. Abe Kawa, First Round Management. I don't know if you want to talk about any of them or give them props or anything of that nature.
I always have to give props to Abe. He definitely stays on top of things. Need to get a fight, but other than that, everything is going really, really swell with them. And then Pete, definitely, he takes care of all the man work that I don't want to do. So I definitely appreciate that too.
The Wizard, the professor calls Pete White the Wizard.
Yeah, that's his nickname.
That's his new nickname. So
Wizard.
Tons of love to Coach Pete White down here. It's Port Orange, Florida. Definitely check out the gym. A lot of big stuff actually coming down to Pete White's gym. Very exciting news.
Yeah, man, we got we're joining forces with the Port Orange Pal. I don't know if you knew that, Mike.
I did see it.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna help out a lot. We're gonna be able to do a lot of things with the kids now and start to get the amateur program going up a little more and help a lot of kids that need it. You know what I mean? And
for sure,
it's just a good thing. It's awesome. Can't wait. August 10th, we're doing an open house from 11 to 1. Come check us out.
There you go.
That'd be cool.
I like that open house. This weekend, guys, UFC 240. Love to pick your guys' brain about it, especially the main event and co-main event.
Max.
It's just
Max
all day.
It's all about Max. When Max is fighting, it's all about Max.
Does he stop him?
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
But it's not a stoppage like you think. He doesn't take a beating like Brian Ortega. He's old enough to understand that he doesn't take a beating like that anymore. He's gonna get counted out. It's gonna get like a TKO type stoppage.
What do you think, Mike?
I might agree.
Yeah?
I think I agree, yeah.
And it all starts from a knee. Because he's short. And that's not anything wrong. It starts from literally a standing knee, but it's going to start from a knee. Whether it's stomach or head, it's going to start from a knee.
I think
the beginning of the end.
It's a locked-in point. I can't say that anymore. But anyway, I thought he was going to go all 5. I've been thinking for 2 weeks this fight was going all 5, and I kind of thought this was to me, it's an underrated card in a way, or an underrated fight. For one, this fight had to happen for multiple years. With UFC 239, with Mazadov and Askren, Jones, Holly Holm and Amanda. UFC 241, the Pettis Diaz freaking fight of the year candidate. DC Stipe, and Yoel Romero versus Costas. Like, this is in the middle. And I just felt like it's being overlooked. But Max Frankie, I was like, gosh, like this fight happens 2 years ago. It's like one of the big fights of the quarter, that kind of thing. So I thought it was getting overlooked a little bit, and I thought, oh, wow, this is going to be an all 5-round war. And the more and more I think about it, more and more I talk to people, yeah, Max is going to stop him.
Like 4.
I think less.
It's going to be it's going to be inside. It's going to be 4 or inside.
I think it's inside 4. I do. I think
that's a big range.
Yeah.
Frank, I don't want
to count out Frankie's durability. He's durable. He's been knocked out cold one time, Brian Ortega, and it's later in his career, and I understand. And that happens. I understand. I get it, but I still think he's got that one more gas pedal to go to withstand some stuff. I just think he's not going to be able to do it for 5 rounds against Max.
Okay.
No, I agree. So we're all 3 Max Holloway, right? No.
Yeah.
Co-main event, I might be on an island. I know John's the other way. I'm all in on Felicia Spencer pulling this upset against Cyborg. Something about Cyborg being undefeated for that long and losing. Something about the contract. I just feel like her mind is just not right. Like, you can probably talk about this more than any, but, of course, us. Being a fighter, your mind just has to be 100% right, I would think. Yeah. And if she's thinking about Amanda Nunes or a contract or a PFL contract or something else or on her first loss, I just don't think she's all in. I think
that too.
Yeah, I think Felicia is 100% all in. This means the world tour. I was at the Jungle 2 years ago.
Cyborg might be thinking about that rematch.
With
what she lost, everything she lost. So she won't be in this fight.
Yes.
In her head, she's already trying to get ready for.
Yes. When the Bulls, 98 Bulls, when they would go to Toronto Raptors to play Damon Stoudemire, they would lose because the Raptors, this was their NBA Finals, and to Chicago was a game for Tuesday night. Felicia Spencer talked 2 years ago about her dream fight is Cyborg. Like, this was the dream. She was the champion at the time, the weight class. She's a legend. She's 15 years female, maybe the best in 15 years. Everyone thought she was better than Ronda. like Cyborg, this is just another fight. Like, I don't think she will get up for Felicia, right? Like, okay. Am I talking you into it or no? You're like 100% no way. John's been. It's okay. That's fine.
He's with Cyborg.
Oh yeah, he just thinks John thinks she's gonna smash her.
Oh, it's my turn now? It's my turn now? Guys, all props to Felicia Spencer. If she can do it and take her down, that's wonderful. It's not going to the ground, guys. It's not going to the ground. She's not going to allow her to get her to the ground unless it's like a Joe Smith toe pick and she trips and falls. It's not happening. I'm sorry. And you guys, we were just talking about her being the greatest female fighter to walk this planet, and then she loses one fight and we're like, oh, she's trash now. No, she's going to lose. She's thinking all this up. No, damn it. She wants the rematch, just like everything you guys said, and she needs the rematch. She wants to get all that back. She's going to try to walk through whoever they put in front of her.
Okay.
And I'm sorry if Felicia does get it to the ground. 100% about the game plan. I get it. That's another story. She's got adequate weapons to fight down there on that ground. It's a different world on the feet.
Okay.
It's Cyborg hits people and it hurts.
Jeremy said he's with you. First round.
Yeah.
For Cyborg.
I'm not trying to
He gave you love earlier. He goes, I'm from New York since day one.
You know what I mean? It's like, think about it. It's like everyone was talking about how she's the greatest female fighter ever, literally up until Amanda Nunes put it on her, right? And because she did it in 47 seconds in the round one or whatever it was, now like Cyborg's trash?
No, I don't think she's trash.
I'm over exaggerating.
Yeah,
I get that.
I just think I don't think her mind's 100% right for this fight.
Yeah, because she really wants the rematch. So she has to just, even if she prepared for one round, she's going to come hard for one round. Like, it's like people used to say if Mike Tyson would have went hard for 3 rounds against Buster Douglas, he would have got him out of there no problem.
For sure.
Never did, right?
Yeah.
But I think Cyborg's going to go hard for one round. And it's going to be a hell of a round. And I hope if it doesn't go to the ground, I just don't see how it ends well.
Okay.
That's just a personal, but not a professional opinion.
Eddie Martinez says the stare off, they look like equal size. Yeah, no. Felicia's.
No, she's a true 145.
Yeah. She's thick.
She's good there.
Yeah.
She's strong.
Yeah, she's very strong.
But she's fighting Cyborg.
Yeah, she is fighting Cyborg. Probably my second favorite thing to talk Mike about is movies. The summer, I thought the summer's been awesome so far.
Yeah.
But Avengers and Spider-Man.
I got to give him props. He recommended Shaft, and that's a freaking great movie.
That movie was so good.
So funny.
It's so
Such
good.
an underrated movie for the summer. I really, because you like talking movies.
Go see Shaft.
You have to watch this. I was literally watching it by myself, laughing out loud, like LOLing, literally in my room. Mandy comes out and goes, "What is it that funny?" I was like, "This is hilarious."
So funny.
Oh, it's great.
Really? Me and Pete,
Shaft is great.
Me and Pete were watching it, and we were laughing from start to finish, out loud.
So
No,
funny.
we could not
It's so
stop.
funny. Samuel L. Jackson and the kid play such a diverse between Shaft being Shaft of the 70s, bro. He stayed in the 60s. He stayed in the 70s and 80s. Like, he was Shaft from that time in 2019. So he never changed his life. And then the kid's like a millennial or like whatever generation, whatever it is. And he does everything on a phone and computer, and he's a hacker and all or like works for the FBI and the computer. So it's like, it's 2 different worlds. It's so fucking funny. So funny.
So I watched the old Shaft after watching the new Shaft.
Like Samuel L. Jackson, 2000-y Shaft?
Yeah.
Okay, how was that watching it now in
I
2019?
noticed that they had some of the scenes really similar. They were
Really?
Very, very close, yeah. Very, very close.
I thought Samuel L. Jackson played a great Shaft. They even had the original Shaft in the last Shaft movie. The grandpa or whatever it was comes out. He's the original Shaft.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same person.
Yep, the original Shaft.
Jay Ross goes, the old one was better. Jabanius.
Which old one though? Like, are we talking about the original, like in the 70s Shaft or 60s or 80s Shaft? Or are we talking about the first Samuel L. Jackson movie?
So okay, yeah. So Mike's first movie in a theater was The Lion King.
Yeah, my first movie I ever saw was Lion King, and I just went and saw the new one.
Did you like it?
I did like it. I'm gonna it's not a spoiler, but they gave Simba a way more modern vocalist kind of voice. Like, he really projects and
he
kinda,
sings his songs.
extends, and I don't like it. But other than that, the movie was great.
Okay. It's so crazy. I'm a all Aladdin guy. So Aladdin was my favorite growing up. No, I didn't see it yet, but everyone said it was amazing. I'm like anti-Lion King. I think I've seen it 1.5 times in my life. And it was great, but like it's too sad, and it's like I can't do it.
No, this one's not really sad.
It's not.
No,
but is it the same?
Well, I mean,
it's the same storyline.
Okay,
I can't see it.
But it's not sad.
It's sad in the middle of the movie, or like at the beginning of the movie.
It's like the middle.
Lion King was dope. Everyone's talking about the Lion King.
But what did you see Aladdin? Did you see Aladdin?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Will Smith made Aladdin.
Was it better than Lion King?
Or no, good. Because Aladdin's my favorite Disney movie, and I really don't want to.
Yeah, you know what? I think Aladdin was better than Lion King. Yeah.
This
is by a little bit. They were both
Aladdin.
So Aladdin, Lion King, Aladdin King's fire.
Aladdin King.
Can we talk about Spider-Man for 2 minutes?
I haven't seen it.
So good. Like, I loved it.
I thought it was okay.
Really?
I did like the ending, and it
right?
sets up a lot.
Yeah. No spoils because John hasn't seen it. I just thought same kind of thing. Any movie with heart. I love movies with heart. It's got like heart in it the whole time because he's dealing with Tony Stark. That is no spoiler alert. That's if you haven't seen Endgame yet.
What happened to Tony Stark, man?
So to me, it's got so much heart. It's funny. He's fun. And then Happy with being in Spider-Man now. There's just like they connect great. You know, sometimes you just never know.
Oh, they make a friendship. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
He's kind of like.
Now he's his entourage.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And it was just awesome. I thought. The bad guy had a couple little twists and turns, and the ending, to me,
did he do a good job?
The ending was the ending was ice on the cake. It was like, movie's good, and then the ending's like, oh, like it just like one of those like bows. It was like, oh, I loved it now. Like I loved it. The end, and that's just what you sit there for 2 hours, and they give you the last minutes A+ that you need to the face to ask.
I want to see what they do with everything else because it's a lot.
Played good Mysterio.
I thought
I've never even liked Mysterio. I'm not really good at him.
Yeah, he's an awkward villain because it's so. Blah. But did he do good? No,
it was okay.
Yeah, I thought okay, and especially with the seeing Thanos lately, and then just seeing other really good bad guys, I'm like, didn't level up. They asked if you saw Hellboy.
Yeah, I've seen every movie. If you name a movie, I've probably seen it.
I haven't seen the new Hellboy, and I really love the old Hellboys.
The new Hellboy is not comparable to the old one.
The trailer looked really bad to me. Like I remember you guys were so excited.
That's the sheriff from
No, oh really?
I never said I was excited.
I was excited until I saw the trailer, and then I didn't want to watch it anymore because I wasn't sure about it. I didn't want to ruin the first Hellboys because the 2000 Hellboy too. I think Hellboy and Shaft came out the same week of each other 20 years ago. But that Hellboy, that was awesome. I love that the
one.
Golden Army was pretty decent.
No.
The original.
The original.
Yeah, the original. I thought the original one was the best one. The second one was pretty good. But
they're gonna make another one with the whole new style of Hellboy. At the end they show some stuff that'll definitely.
And it's the sheriff from Stranger Things. That's the Hellboy, right?
What?
The sheriff from Stranger Things is Hellboy. I don't know the dude's name.
Honestly, I need to rewatch.
And then that guy's a star.
You need to watch season 3, dude. It's dope.
I didn't even watch any of it.
Oh, dude,
I watched the first season, but I forgot.
Go just binge watch the whole 3 seasons. If you got in between training sessions, just down there next week, just put Stranger Things on, bro. You'll kill it. It's amazing.
We did it 2 nights ago. Me and John, I think. Yeah, no, we were trying to do the same thing. I was like trying to tell Susie, hey, let's watch an episode a week or an episode every 4 or 5 days. Let's stretch it out. And then, but everyone watched it in the first day or two, so now you're kind of hearing stuff, seeing stuff. I'm like, okay. And then we got to like episode 4, and there's 8, and it was like so good. Cliffhanger. I'm like, okay, we're gonna watch episode 5. So good. Cliffhanger. Yeah. Episode 6. Now you look at your clock. It's like 12:30. We got 2 kids on the way. We're like, babe, we can't do this anymore. I gotta go to bed. Yeah. And we finished it. It was a 2:15 a.m.
Dude, it's great though, right?
So good.
Oh my god!
Was it the first one or the last season?
Last season,
season 3. Season 1 is amazing. It'll get you hooked right away again, right?
Yeah.
Season 2 was awesome, and then this one was great.
This one was better.
than season 2, but season 1's still the best.
I'll watch them all.
Probably.
I'll watch them again.
I say season 1's best because it hooked you.
Yeah, probably. I agree with that. And the bad guy or the enemy, the villain, it was awesome. Like
and 11 coming out and realizing everything that she was trying to do, that was just cool. Yeah. That was like the origin story for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was the origin story for her?
Wow. So Stranger Things movies, loving it.
I'm excited for Hobbs.
Oh, Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah. That's this weekend.
Idris Elba.
Every time there are fights, there is a great movie.
That's the point.
Of the same.
I think Dana White knows, right? Like Dana White knows what's up. Man, we've had a lot of fluctuative people coming in and out. Hey guys, Fight Bananas Podcast. Mike BeastBoy Davis, UFC fighter. Big stuff coming very soon. John Raffer, the Professor. Fight Bananas. Man, check out the YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe.
Yeah.
Gosh, we just had Hannah Goldie on. She just made it to the UFC. She's fighting next weekend, Newark, on that Robbie Lawler, Colby Covington main event.
Oh, I hate Colby. I just don't like him. I don't like him as a person. And he's just... I don't know. I don't even think he has striking. I think he just wants to put you against the cage, kind of like hump you a little bit, and then see where it goes from there.
Okay. Hey, we never know where it's going to... So who do you like in that main event? What's your...
I know Robbie. I like Robbie.
Robbie seems like a cool dude.
I want to see him win.
Look, there's Robbie right there. He's on the wall. He's on the wall of fame.
Colby's cool. He's just... annoying. Like he's just like Ben Askren. I hate Ben Askren because he's just annoying. They're just very bad, annoying people.
They talk too much.
Are they cringeworthy? I hate that damn word. Everybody uses that now. Cringe.
I know that's like
cringe.
Saved a weight class. He did. He saved the flyweights.
But he's trying to fight 135 again. So did he really save the flyweights?
There's still flyweights around.
I mean,
if DJ would have won that fight.
Oh, who are we talking about?
He won the fight, bro.
He did not win that fight. For one, Henry Cejudo has 18 pounds of gold on his shoulder.
All right. I don't like Henry Cejudo anymore either.
No, I'm not saying I do, but he's...
Cejudo.
So you think Cejudo, Colby Covington, and Askren's all in the same class like that?
They're all trying to beat Chael Sonnen, and they're not.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
That's a great
Chael
point.
Sonnen was funny.
Okay, he started...
Bro,
He was the
original.
Funny.
Even when he picked on my favorite fighters, I still thought he was funny. Even when he said some stuff that was messed up, I was like,
That's still funny, though, bro. You was funny with it. Like, you're pretty funny.
I like there's all the kids in Brazil. There's no computers here. All they do is kick a ball, but the ball's flat. They don't even kick ball with air. Chael said it was crazy.
He would say it, but I was like, dude, at least you're creative and funny with it, and you have a delivery about it. You know what I mean?
And he was the original.
He was, and that's probably what made it okay, because he was the first heel. He took the WWE heel thing and he ran with it.
Yeah, wow.
He drank a Coca-Cola in front of John Jones for a reason. Dude, he was methodical with it. It was great.
Jeez.
That's a long one. What did that one say?
I don't know who he's talking about. Colby?
We do need to remember who trains with Mazadov so much, and as I don't like home, we can't underestimate him. I think they're talking about Colby Covington.
Is Colby down there?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Colby.
Oh shit! The internet, you're welcome.
The internet, you're welcome.
Yeah, gosh, that's pretty good.
That's funny.
But yeah, man, American Top Team can't wait. It's
cool, man. You're gonna get some great work on that.
Yeah, I was debating about. I was talking to Coach Billy Patton, and then Mike's like, "Yeah,
Where's Dean?
So many good Dean.
We've been with Dean all freaking week, and then we went live 20 times this week. I feel like I've been podcasting for 48 straight hours, and then the one time he's like, "Yeah, no, he's." Dean likes Mike. Dean's a Mike fan for sure, and we have a serious question to ask him about a plane ticket.
Trying to get to island fights.
58. Don't you need like a celebrity
a celebrity appearance,
guest announcer or something like that, or like remember like in the WWE they ring the bell? Like
I can totally ref a fight. I can do it.
I love it. I love it.
I do love it.
Absolutely. Announce the fight. Like announce the fight. Step up with a nice dope Gucci suit. You know what I'm saying? And,
you got the hat.
You got the hat, and then we can and then announce the fight, right?
Yeah,
celebrity announcing fight on Friday night.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Dope.
It really is a great card. Like the card is stacked. There's not there's not a Mike Davis main event, I think, but like every fight is like could be a co-main event on the card. There's literally 6-7 legit fights. Joe Penafel is on the card, his first time at Island Fights. I love Jacob Kilburn. He's on the card. It's a stacked card. I love it.
Yeah, Joe.
Oh yeah. Good. This is a good card.
Yeah, Mike's looking at it right now. Island Fights UFC Fight Pass, August 2nd. You can go to Ticketmaster.com. Maybe you heard of them if you want to purchase tickets. If you're in the Panhandle area, New Orleans area, man, we just drove it. I-10's not that far. Man, if you're in Daytona, Orlando, Central
If
Florida,
you have good company and a little while to talk, it goes pretty quick,
man.
man.
Yeah, man.
That's true.
Me and John were drinking Coke, eating sausages, biscuits. We got to Pensacola in no time.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely.
Trim that and roll B footage.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, Brad, I don't know what that is, buddy. Laughing my ass off. I know, we're funny as hell. That's what we do. Roll B. Oh, maybe the plane ticket thing. That was pretty good. But yeah, we'll get Dean on. We'll talk to him afterwards.
So, okay, what I wanted to ask you about was this division. We were talking the other day, right? There's a dope like the two hottest divisions to me in the UFC right now. 205 is coming up the ranks with some younger guys and stuff like that. It's getting there. It's not quite one of the hottest divisions. I'd say it's top 3. Top 2 is welterweight is the hottest. Welterweight has so many names. It has, and the names are what make it hot.
Big.
It's huge and it's lots of names.
You ready?
Right?
Can we do it? Like we were 10 deep. Like we
So
wanted
you
to
got
do a grand
let's
prix.
run it off. You got
The champ.
the champ,
Usman.
Usman. Jorge.
Wait. Jorge Masvidal, the rightful king of the throne, the champ, the greatest fighter ever to live, Jorge Masvidal. Okay, keep going.
Okay. Thank you.
Anthony Pettis, who's hot right now, right? Nate
Oh,
Diaz
that's right.
is
He
coming
went
back
up.
with that fight, right?
Forgot he went up.
Right? And then Colby Covington, Robbie Lawler, right? You still have Stephen Wonderboy and Darren Till sitting on the shelf for a minute after the loss there, and Darren Till just lost, right? Then you have Ben Askren still in the mix because he's fighting.
true.
They're trying to get him with Damian Maia. Damian Maia's still sticking around, right? He's still there. Beats Ben Askren, he's right back into the mix of
You're
everything.
at 10 already.
You're at 10.
You're at 10.
Then we
And
have Woodley still left. Didn't even talk about the
Tyron
ex-champ.
Woodley, the champ for
Mike
2 years.
Perry.
But
now making up-
Vincent Luke say how do you say his
Oh,
name?
Luque Vicente, right?
That's
Beast.
who Mike's fighting.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm saying. All these, you have the
Gregor-
top 15 are legit.
Yeah, that's
100% all names, right? The next biggest category is
145.
Mike Davis.
I know.
You got
And
like,
my question is,
Mike Davis, Max Holloway, Brian Ortega, Zabit.
you have
and
so many. There's
Frank-
so
and
many up
Frankie.
and coming, including you. Like absolutely, that's the next hottest division.
the reason it's not the hottest is the name, the star power isn't built yet.
That's
Do you
true.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got 5 stars. You got Max.
It was big when Conor McGregor.
Yeah. Yep.
Was in
Yes.
And then people started trickling up to
Yeah,
lightweight.
they didn't want to cut weight anymore.
And
Already-
they trickled up to lightweight, right?
Yep.
So even Max wanted to make that trip, and he's fighting Dustin. Lightweight is actually not as popular right now, as much as 145 is.
Lightweight,
They just
it's very
it's
high.
solid.
It's top heavy. Like
It's exactly.
the top. There's four guys can interchange, sell out any arena in the world, fight of the year kind of stuff.
Five.
What's the fifth?
Gaethje's pushing his number to get in there.
No.
Oh, he's good.
Gaethje's.
You
3.
said 4. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
okay,
no,
okay,
Gaethje's up the top.
I thought
4.
I meant selling wise. He still sells, but he's as name power to sell. I would say he's top 5. Name power, you got
I love
Khabib right
Gaethje.
now sells. I know you love Gaethje, but what I'm saying, name power. Let's go. Habib, Connor,
if he ever fights.
Dustin. No, now Dustin now after that
I
fight,
love me some Dustin.
right?
Love Dustin.
And then,
yeah, who's the fourth? Like
well, shit. I guess we do throw Gaethje in there. I'm sorry. I
Gaethje,
apologize.
Gaethje's in. You ready?
Top
And
five.
and he's an all-time great. Dad Cerrone's amazing. Oh no, guys, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Tony Ferguson.
No,
Mike
there's the other one.
Tyson.
He's the
Oh,
one
there you
before.
go.
He's before Gaethje.
Yeah.
Gaethje's 5.
Yeah.
And then Donald is right there for star power for name, right?
Yep.
Toby Ferguson. He's fun to watch because he is so unorthodox.
And he just
He
fights.
is-
And he's
That's
aggressive
it.
as
That's
shit.
all.
He's
He
a fighter's
just
dream.
And
fight.
he rolls to get out of stuff when it's striking. He does all these weird things for everything, and he's
So it's
aggressive with
interesting
everything.
to watch.
Yeah.
Just real quick before we go into welterweights, question asked. They go, Mike, do you fight at multiple weight classes or are you 145?
I have fought at 55 and 45, but never anything else.
And going forward, UFC 145, 100%.
I think I'm going to do 145 because I can still make that cut, and it doesn't kill me yet. So
No, you do a good job when you're on point. You do a real good job.
When I don't have to work 8 hours and then try to cut as much weight as I can, and then so now no job, I can make 45 easy.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'll do it.
You're blessed with the way your body shapes out. It's really quite blessing for you. I couldn't believe when I first met Mike. He's walking around about this size, maybe a little bit bigger. I was sitting there going, all right, I'll cut to, I was cutting to 170 at the time trying to fight. And they all looked at me, oh, no, you're going to cut to 155. I was like, there's no way. Okay, I made it to 155. But then they look at me and goes, yeah, you can make it. He gets down to 145. And I said, say that again? Say that again? Did you see him with his shirt off? How does he get to 145? And then I saw him get to 145. I was like, oh. It works that way. He's blessed for it. Just works for him. I don't understand it, people. It's just one of those things.
We were just talking about this. How we train with Diego down Fusion. He's a 35er. He weighs more than me.
That's crazy.
He weighs like 168, 170.
Certain body types can do it, man.
Connor, how far out does he have to start to cut to get down
I've never even asked him.
Okay,
but he fights at 35, and he's like solidified at 35. He won't fight any other thing. Just 35. But he gets up to 170.
He's fighting at 1FC this weekend? Next weekend, right? Or,
I don't know where Diego's. I don't know when he's fighting.
Okay. Okay.
But back to the 145ers, the featherweights. Where immediately I see Max has cleaned out the division. Now, this is how I say it. I say Max cleaned out division except for one guy. He has to beat Frankie, and then one guy he hasn't fought. Korean. And I put Korean at the top of the list. And then he's cleaned out the division, right?
Who was it?
Korean Zombie. He has not fought him. Huh?
He beats him.
But Korean Zombie's a different monster because he takes punishment just like Max does. Yeah. And he doesn't stop fighting. He doesn't stand on a cage like Brian Ortega and just take a beating and he continues to fight. So he's a little bit different than monster. Not saying Max won't beat him. Just to clean out the division, right? From there, when he cleans out that division, he cleaned out all the top-heavy division. The new guys coming up, though. Zabit. Yair. All these guys like that.
He fought Yair.
Sadiq. All these dudes coming up, right? He fought Yair already?
Yeah.
Max Holloway fought Yair.
I'm almost positive.
We need to look that. Let's Google that.
I got Topology right now.
Let's Google
positive he did.
If he did, then okay. But there's a lot of young ones of coming up, right?
Correct.
You know what I mean?
New generation.
I love doing this sometimes. Like this is the best. Like Max Holloway. One of the best fighters in the world, right? And like sometimes you don't realize, like you go, it's like 9, 12 wins in a row and who he wins. It's insane. I love it. Okay, you ready? Ortega, Aldo, Showtime Pettis, Ricardo Lamas, Jeremy Stevens, Charles Cub, Cole Miller. No?
Yeah, you're lost to Frankie.
Okay, I guess he didn't.
Connor in 2013.
Who did he fight then?
Yair lost to Frankie.
No.
And Korean lost to Yair.
Okay, I guess I was
Korean just also knocked out Hanato Moicano with that overhand right in like seconds of the first round.
My question for you, Mike, is just for speculation, just for fun, just for to talk about it. With that type of runway in front of you, with those young guys coming up, Mike Davis becomes featherweight champion of the world, yes, but 2021, 2022, 2023, with that runway in front of you. This is just speculation for fun, like we're just talking. But there's such a young group, and you're right in the thick of it. You're going to be right in the thick of it. You know what I mean? After this fight, you're right in the thick of it right now. I mean, and there's so many young. Someone has to make that name and take that step forward. I believe it's going to be you. So that's why I'm saying maybe 2022, 2023. Because I think at some point Max has to move up. He's a tall guy. It's going to be harder for him to make 145 over and over. He's finally going to lift to go solidify his position, things like that at 155 and do it.
We're on bantamweights right now. And dude, John, you killing it. Like, you're on point. Jose Aldo, it's just...
I forgot about Alexander.
Yeah, Alexander the Great.
Oh,
he's like
Vulcan. Exactly. He's right there, too.
He's right there. Frankie, unbelievable Hall of Famer. I love Frankie, but, he's towards the end. 2 years, I don't see a Mike Davis-Frankie fight. He probably will be out, right? Aldo will probably be out. I want to see about Ortega. Like, I want to see...
He'll be around.
When he comes... I think he will be. I want to see if he's... We always talk about, like... what did you always say about Overeem? He was always he would hold the door. He would...
he was a gatekeeper. He became a gatekeeper lately.
He became a gatekeeper. I want to know if Ortega's going to be that, or he's going to have another shot for the title.
No, he'll get another shot for the title, but it probably won't be against Max. I think at some
Never
point, I just don't think so right now because that was such a one-sided. Ortega's gonna have to clean out 3 dudes in a row that are top level. He's gonna have to beat Korean if they fight, right? Korean Zombie. He's gonna have to beat Alexander Volkanovski to get another shot at Max, and he's gonna have to beat one other dude probably. Maybe those 2 would be enough if he beats him in a row, right? To get another crack at Max. But also by that time, who knows how long it is? Max likes to fight, but also he's been in a couple wars. He had that medical issue. Who knows if he starts only fighting twice a year like most champs, right?
Sure.
Then, twice a year. That's only maybe 4 fights or 2 fights later. Maybe he decides, okay, I don't want to cut this 145 nonsense anymore. I'm gonna be a bigger guy and I'm gonna go up to 55 because I know I can win that title. And he could. Like he just needs to put a little bit more weight on it, right? So with that, you have all these other guys coming up. Someone's got to make headway.
For sure.
And in those, you're going to have only a few years. Like you said, Frankie's going to come out of the division. Aldo's going to have to retire soon. It's like you just don't want him to keep taking, punishment. And can he really? Are you really going to put Aldo in for a 3rd fight against Max after those two fights against him? Would you? I mean, like as a matchmaker, it's not entertaining.
People are like they want Mike Davis versus the Beat. Another one, who's like a crazy guy? Like it's almost a question of, it's just there's some people, like Ryan Hall. Like, he's just like a guy I don't want to say I don't want to see on the contract. I just would rather stay away. Does that make sense? Like, he's such a...
You think he's one-dimensional?
Yeah, very one-dimensional, and what the one-dimensional he's amazing at. But it's just like, I'd rather stay away from guys like that. Does that make sense?
As far as a matchmaker? Or
as
like
a fighter?
As a fighter. Like, I don't know, matchmaker. I like the guy. He's funny. He has like that quirky thing when he wins at the end. It's like I'm cool with him, but
you know what my whole thing with Ryan Hall is if you can defend his takedowns and you can defend the crazy insecurity rolls, and you just get ready at every time when he drops levels, you're gonna have to just get out. Like you can't like sprawl. You can't do those things to get anywhere near the ground. When he rolls, like he threw a head kick and went to a roll right against BJ. You just got to be ready that when he goes high, he may be going extremely low to the ankles or something like that, and you just got to get out. It's game planning and drilling the right scenarios over and over and over. And then, like Damian Maia, if you're one-sided,
game plan,
it is. And if you're, it's like Damian Maia. If you just keep him off where he's supposed to be, you can eventually do what? Just beat him
for sure. And to me, that's a great analogy. Ryan Hall is a young Damian Maia.
I mean, yeah,
style.
He's a new evolved jiu-jitsu. He brings the new gambling jiu-jitsu and the leg attack jiu-jitsu to MMA. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but he's not like a Gary Tonin. Gary Tonin's the same way, but he's got hands now, and he's got natural athletic ability for power. I think Ryan Hall is that kid that walked down the hallway, played like maybe volleyball a little bit, or like was a golfer or something like that, and then got into jiu-jitsu and just realized, holy, I'm the shit at jiu-jitsu. Like I'm the shit. You know what I mean? And he's like, and I'm pretty tough. I don't mind getting punched. And this is what he becomes. You know what I mean? Gary Tonin was just an athlete that said, I'm going to do something different than everybody. I'm going to be a jiu-jitsu dude, and I'm going to be the best at it. And now, I'm going to learn how to fight because I just grappled everybody that's a fighter in the world, and I'm going to throw hands. And now he likes to throw hands. Look at that. It's just 2 different people.
Yeah.
And game plans. And
Love it. Good night. Good. Man, loving it. I love when the community talks. It's good. We went everywhere. We went Spider-Man, First Round Management, American Top Team, UFC, Ryan Hall. I think we covered almost everything. We always give you this opportunity, Mike. Any kind of sponsors, your social media handles, all that stuff. We're definitely going to put this on YouTube, Fight Bananas Official, on Instagram, but all your stuff. The floor is yours.
All my socials are Mike Davis MMA. So just add it anywhere you want, whatever it is. It's Mike Davis MMA. Big shout out to Ann Still. I do still currently use the Vitals, the BCAAs. I do use the protein as well. I've taught, I think, 10 people that still use it today about the protein pancakes.
Yeah.
You'll see. Yeah, you'll see everybody making them. That's my invention.
Yes. Come on, and still.
Shout out to Wicked Cuts. I know I haven't been in a while. I've been traveling around, but you guys still are the best to do it. So thank you guys for that. I really don't see too many else sticking by at the moment that I can think of. And Donnie, Always Donnie. Donnie's been here since my very first fight. Donnie Walsh in New Smyrna Beach on Causeway. Great, absolutely amazing man. Not just for what he does for the body, but who he is as a person. So,
I love that. Absolutely. I love the people from day one. Love it. Cool. Guys,
and don't forget Warhammer.
Oh, yeah, Warhammer Fightwear, guys. I'm telling you, check them out. They're our newest sponsor here at Fight Bananas. We're going to get a T-shirt. They're really good with the girl yoga stretchy fight pants. Like, that's just the best thing.
I just really do.
Like, every female in the world wants that now, right? Like, guys, they killed that. It's the best commercial.
I want some, too.
Yeah, the Warhammer
Mike
Fightwear
BeastBoy
stuff
Davis, check them out.
Is great quality. This is not it. This is a Mike BeastBoy exclusive. UFC exclusive. I'm just letting y'all know that.
But next one.
But Mike, but the Warhammer stuff is really good to work out in. It's awesome. It's comfortable. I hate shirts that get really thick and sweaty and like just don't feel good when they're sweating. When you sweat in these and work out in these, it's comfortable. You're not pulling your shirt away from you. It's good stuff.
And if you want to buy Warhammer Fightwear gear, for one, warhammerfightwear.com, or two, there's like a little app on your phone. Maybe you heard of it. It's called Amazon.
It's the Walmart of the world.
It's pretty big. Go on Amazon. Check out Warhammer Fightwear.
Absolutely.
There you go. John, great job, my man.
Thanks, buddy.
That was the plugs. You're killing it.
I'm trying to remember to do a little bit more work over here. He usually does everything. Michael, thank you for coming, buddy.
Yeah, brother.
We
appreciate you.
It was a pleasure.
Anytime, you're allowed anytime in here whenever you want.
Let's do one when I get back from training camp.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Training camp, and then
I'll definitely have a fight lined up by then, because if not, I don't know what I'm going to
do. Here's an idea.
Get back from another... hey.
Here's another idea. We could do our first video log with Mike Davis leading up to a fight. Video vlog with you, right? You could come in and tell us some updates, little small things. It doesn't have to be a lot. It could be like 10, 15 minutes at the most, and we could just check in here and there about your fight camp.
What do they call it?
Like your own embedded for you.
Yeah, that's what I was...
You know what I mean?
The Beast Life? I don't know.
Beast Life.
Beast Life, yeah!
That's brilliant.
Yeah, the Fight Bananas.
That's brilliant.
Check out Fight Bananas Beast Life.
We'll just we'll have this open. Mike will come in. Like we'll have just a phone on a thing like that. Mike will just be in front of it. How they do it at the Ultimate Fighter. They're like, man, life is horrible right now.
It's like when it's like
the guy
Avatar.
picked on me.
It's like an Avatar where he's like talking into it. He's like, dude, I got to talk into this thing. He's like, yeah, we'll do that. We'll call him. He can talk into it.
Oh yeah.
I think we should do that. Check in once a week.
And
after you get back next week.
American top team, man. Can't wait. Yeah. That's gonna be fun.
Good for you.
Like I said, I'm going down there Monday with them. I'm piggybacking.
I'm jealous.
I'm just ready to learn. I might end up teaching, but I want to learn a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
That's one thing you've always been you always thirst for knowledge, bro. It's awesome. You're a sponge when it comes to that. That's why you're so I can't talk. Whatever. You guys get what I'm trying
Brad
to say.
Bishop is like, Beast Boy, we need you at Island Fights 58. We're working on it. We're going to call Dean right after this. We're going to make it happen.
I definitely